I see a lot of mid-market CISOs look at what their Fortune 500 peers are doing and say, I need to do that. These are the best practices. Best practices are situational, right? I always analogize this to driving, right? My best practice for driving a Honda Civic is not a best practice for driving a Ferrari or a Maserati or what have you. And what we see consistently is this pressure that these CISOs feel to try to implement every part of a security program, all the way down to insider threat management and these massive data protection programs that, on par with what we see with our Fortune 500 peers, without any of the budget or resources to do it. Right? They're working with teams that are a fraction of the size, and so that's probably the place I see the biggest challenge, the biggest mistake, I guess, misstep that those CISOs engage in. I might also mention here that my advice to those CISOs is pick what you're going to do, and then communicate with your stakeholders, the folks that are controlling the budget, your board, your other line of business executives, and say very clearly, here are the things that you may think are part of a security program that we're not doing, right? Because when you have limited resources, I regularly tell folks, you have to go and think about this like a math problem. Solve for X, right? X is an optimal security outcome for our organization. On the other side of the equal sign are all our constraints, and budget is definitely one of those. And so I only have so many resources to apply. I need to decide, am I going to spread super thin and suck at everything? Or am I going to pick the things that I know are foundational for my mid-market program and apply my limited resources there, while not saying, hey, we can't do these other things, but communicating with stakeholders and saying, here is the business cost, right, to doing these other things. By the way, lots of times when we do that, budget magically appears because suddenly there's a contractual obligation, right, that maybe we need to implement this. Now we're actually looking at, instead of security being a straight cost center, right, here we're looking at revenue enablement.